Hey guys, so today I wanted to do a video reviewing the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup. I just thought since I did the review on the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, you guys might be interested in another foundation. This one is actually full coverage, whereas the Giorgio Armani one was sheer to medium coverage. So this one's going to give you definitely a fuller cover on your face, and this one's very buildable, but I will go ahead and show you what it looks like on my skin. So I'm going to prime my face before I put the foundation on like I normally do. I'm using the Too Faced Hangover RX Replenishing Face Primer, and then I'll also be using my Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer. Alright, so now I'm going to apply the foundation, and I will apply it the same way like I did in the last video. I'm going to use a brush on one side, and my damp beauty blender on the other. So I will do the brush side first, and I'm just going to pour out some of the foundation onto my hand. That was way too much. Okay, so I tried getting it out without making a mess. This one doesn't have a pump on it, so it's a lot harder to use if you're gonna pour it out of the bottle. I honestly wish it came with a pump, but you can buy a pump. I think they have one for sale, an Estee Lauder pump that you could just put on here. But for the brush, I'm actually going to spray Fix Plus from MAC onto the brush. I've been using this lately, and it actually does give a smoother finish when you're using a brush. So I'm just going to spray just one spray on this brush. Let it air dry for a second, and then dab it into my foundation and apply. So as with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, I'm not sure if I'm going to prefer this brush application. It's going on fine. It's still, I mean, it's still applying as it should. It's just not, it looks a little bit more cakey when I'm applying it with this. I'm not sure if it's going to look the same with the Beauty Blender, but it's definitely a different consistency than the Giorgio Armani that I used. Okay, so I have half of my face done, and it looks very covered. I mean, when I was applying it, the only thing is, like, it dries very quickly as you're putting it on. So if you're using this, you might want to, like, to not take your time putting it on. I need some right here. But yeah, so I mean, this is one that you have to work in pretty well. I mean, that's not a bad thing because it has a very matte finish to it. But it's a very nice foundation. I think I still like the Giorgio Armani one best so far, but let me apply with the Beauty Blender and see if that makes a difference. So with the Beauty Blender, of course, I'm putting the actual foundation onto the blender itself, and then I'm going to work it into my face. The application with the Beauty Blender is actually a lot better than with the brush. Like I said, I mean, this one's a foundation that you're definitely going to tell that you're wearing. It's not too noticeable, but it's not a no makeup like my Giorgio Armani is. It's still a nice foundation. It's very, I mean, you can tell it's covering everything. I don't really have any pimples right now, but if you put it on, you can just tell that it's covering your whole entire face. So the Beauty Blender application was really nice. It's definitely a lot smoother than the brush side, so I'm just going to go over the brush side with my Beauty Blender like I did with my first review video. So this foundation goes on very matte, so I suggest it for anyone who has oily to combination skin. I have very dry skin, so I necessarily would not pick this to be my everyday foundation. Plus, this foundation's very full coverage, and I personally don't need that every day. I suggest it to anyone who definitely wants to cover up any spots they might have, but it's a very nice foundation. As I did with my first review video of the Giorgio Armani foundation, I'm going to come back in a few hours and let you guys know how it held up, and if I had to reapply it or if it smeared off at any point. I doubt it will, just because the staying power seems pretty nice just for me touching it right now, and it dried very fast, so I will just get back to you guys in a few and let you know how it held up. So it is 10:53 now. It's been about 7 hours since I applied the foundation, and it has held up really well. I feel like none of it's really come off. I did once again use my Urban Decay makeup setting spray, so that definitely probably helps every time I put on any foundation. So I'm not sure if it's from that or if it's because of the foundation itself. I do feel like it has to do somewhat with the foundation though, because I can just tell by the coverage on my skin and the fact that it hasn't really moved, and the evenness all around my face is pretty much the same that it was when I first put it on. It's very even. I feel like it hasn't settled into my fine lines either. I would definitely suggest this for anyone who is looking for a good foundation, just to cover up certain areas. If you have redness or you get acne, this would definitely be a good foundation to cover all of that. I would definitely recommend this to anyone looking for the full coverage foundation. Let me know if you guys have any questions about the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup. I'm in 2W1 Dawn. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video. Bye.